For this particular vlog, I had decided to actually write a script for it, which I don't do very often. I normally just turn the microphone and go. It's what I do. I actually find it's much more natural for me to do that. But because I felt this subject was so important, I thought, well, no, I'm going to script this one. And I tried, and I failed. And I think it's probably because I feel so strongly about it. When I'm scripting, I tend to actually try and be more diplomatic in what I'm saying. And it's not a diplomatic subject. But it is a subject of love and passion and adoration for the subject. And that's why I'm doing it. A big remit of my channel is to oversee what's happening in the community. Community I love, I do. And I am looking at my YouTube feed loads of times a day just to see who's on, to check whether there's any notifications for live streams or premieres that I can put onto the Facebook page, for all sorts of reasons. And I keep looking at my feed for YouTube, for all the people I'm subscribed to, and I see drama, I see all sorts of different subjects from the channels. I see the investigation channels working very hard on pretty much a weekly basis, going out, investigating, seeing if they can capture evidence of paranormal. I see the debunkers looking at channels that either aren't doing it properly or they're faking their content, and that's still there, but it's being swamped by so much content that is nothing to do with the paranormal itself. Now, I know that the argument is every community has drama, and of course every community has drama. This community is built for drama because nobody likes being called out on anything. But this is also a paranormal community, and the paranormal is getting lost right now. I'm not seeing it anywhere as much as I used to, and that's sad. And here's why. And this is the one little bit I did script and I want to say. We need wonder. We need to question the world around us and what lies beyond. We need to look to the future while learning from our past. 65% of the Earth is unexplored. Carbon dating can only go back 60,000 years on a planet which is over 4.54 billion years old. It is estimated that only 5% of the universe is observable. The Big Bang Theory suggests our universe was created 13.8 billion years ago. There is so little that we know of our past, present, or future, but through science and research we are learning all the time. And if you have an interest in the paranormal, whatever aspect of the paranormal it is, the subject's just being lost right now. The way I see it is the subject's being lost. I have long said that we need to expand on our topics in the paranormal. But this is a paranormal community with paranormal researchers, paranormal investigators, and paranormal commentators, and obviously paranormal debunkers. Why am I looking at my YouTube feed and seeing anything but this subject matter? Yes, drama sometimes needs to be addressed, and yes, I've addressed drama myself. I'm not saying it shouldn't happen, but we need to remember what we're doing here. We need to remember our love for the paranormal, our love for the unexplained. We need to remember to focus again on that content, whether it's to try and pull it apart if you're Kenny Biddle or Side Eye Guy, whether it's to try and look at the content being faked as the debunkers do, whether it's to do deep dives into the research, so people like Stevie and sometimes myself who feel very passionate about doing that historical research for our channels. I am doing more and more of it. The history of debunking, I'm going right back. I have future plans where research is going to be paramount. I want to be able to put that content out there. I will be putting that content out there. But I can guarantee you that it's not going to get the clicks and views that the drama is. And that's fine. That's fine. Doesn't stop me from putting it out there. Doesn't stop me from making that point. We need to remember, maybe each and every one of us needs to remember why we love the paranormal in the first place. Even if we're a skeptic. You know, what got us there in the first place? Most skeptics that are in the community will say they've got more and more skeptical as they've gone along. That's fine. I have no problem with somebody being skeptical. I would like to see a little bit more open-mindedness and maybe being freer to actually discuss topics that maybe are going to raise eyebrows. Oh, why are you doing that? You know, it's not real. No, not everything is real, but to some people it is. And historically, that's important. It's where we came from. We weren't created as a culture on the day we were born, in each of us individually. Our societies have been around for thousands of years, and it's important to understand where those beliefs and interpretations have come from. They don't happen out of nowhere, and they don't disappear into thin air. They're still around. When I'm looking at the Victorian paranormal, there's an awful lot of similarities to the way we look at it now, both believers and non-believers, skeptics, full believers, those who want to know one way or the other. It doesn't matter. Often things don't change as much as we think they would, as much as some people would like to think they would. The topics in the paranormal can be wonderful. They can have a draw. We see it in society. We see people of horror movies, people of fantasy movies. Okay, they're fiction. And a lot of what we're talking about might turn out to be fiction. It probably will. I've always said that probably not even in our lifetimes, but sooner or later, much of this will be explained, and that's fine. But I've also said on repeat that I don't want us to explain everything. We need that wonder. We need that sort of looking into, oh, well, what is this all about? And it's not just about what's happening now or what might happen in the future. It's what's happened in the past. As I've said, we don't know a lot of what happened in the past. The further back you go, the less information we have. Yes, we do have information. We have historians, we have archaeologists, we have people who piece together parts of a culture, but we weren't there. And we have to estimate a lot of the time. Some things can be proven, not everything can. What's wrong with having wide-eyed wonder at some of these topics? What's wrong with discussing them? We don't have to agree. You know, it would be boring if we all agreed with everything, but we do need to be nice to each other. And this community, for the whole, is very, very nice to each other. But the drama's overpowering it. I'm getting people in the chat saying, I don't want any more drama. I'm tired of the drama. And the reason it keeps going, apart from the fact that various people are hitting with accusations, blah, 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 people falling out. And yes, there are people who want to see that. And yes, those are the videos that get the clicks and views. And that always happens with drama. Fair enough. But it's not going to stop me from putting out the paranormal content. It's not going to stop me putting out the paranormal content that I want to put out. I want to talk about the wonderful things that the paranormal entails. The creepy, the mysterious, the things we don't know, the things that are being looked at, the things that have been believed to be one thing in the past and have been debunked, have been researched, and it's been something else. We know what the explanation is now. It's still fascinating. I don't know what the point of this vlog is other than to me to moan that I'm just seeing too much drama now. I want the paranormal back. I want to see the paranormal. I want to see this paranormal community being more paranormal again. And this is not to have a dig at the people going out investigating. They're working hard. They're going out investigating every week. But a lot of these investigations, a lot of this research, a lot of these commentaries are getting lost amongst the noise. And in my opinion, that needs to stop. It definitely needs to stop. 100%. And Pick and choose the battles, guys. Come on. One content creator unsubs from another content creator on Instagram, and there's a war about it. There's multiple videos about it, and all that's doing is keeping this guy's name in everybody's mind. Mick Jagger a long time ago once said he didn't care what was said about him on page 64 so long as his name was on the cover. And that's exactly what's happening here. This guy doesn't care what's being said. He's getting the attention he's craving. His name's on the cover. His face is on my feed constantly. Examples like this are too much. Too many videos on one subject, and it's nothing to do with the paranormal. It's nothing to do with toxicity that's coming in because somebody's being debunked. It's to do with a silly fight between two people. Not blaming Jake Hartz on this, by the way. This guy just doesn't need the attention, and he's doing everything he can to get it, and it's being given to him. Let's get back to the paranormal. Let's get back to actually providing the content that this community is supposed to be about.